बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम फ्रेंड्स, उम्मीद करते हैं कि आप सब खैरियत से होंगे। फ्रेंड्स, आज के सेशन में हम डिस्कस करेंगे अ ब्रीफ हिस्ट्री ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स। वीडियो की तरफ बढ़ने से पहले हमारी आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें। चलिए फ्रेंड्स, आज के सेशन की तरफ बढ़ते हैं। टेक्स अ लुक एट द बिगिनिंग्स एंड एवोल्यूशन ऑफ द सम ऑफ टुडेज मोस्ट पॉपुलर स्पोर्टिंग past times. Game with bats and balls, cricket, baseball and softballs. इसमें आता है cricket. The game of the cricket originated in the southeast England sometime in the late 16th century. By the 18th century, it had become the national sport, making inroads globally in the 19th and 20th centuries. The prototype for the modern cricket bat featuring a willow blade and a cane handle layered with the strips of rubber and then tied with twine and covered with the another layer of the rubber to form a grip with invented around 1853. The longest recorded game of cricket took place in 1939 and spanned a period of 9 days. नंबर 2 हमारे पास आता है बेसबॉल. Alexander Cartwright 1822 1892 a New York invented the baseball field. As we know, it is the 1845. Cartridge and the member of his New York Knickerbocker Baseball Club devised the first rules and regulations that became the accepted standard for the modern game of baseball. Number 3, softball. In 1887, George Hancock, a reporter of the Chicago Board of Trade, invented a softball as a form of indoor baseball with that, which was the first played on the cold winter by inside the warm Farragut Boat Club. Then हमारे पास बास्केटबॉल आती है. The first formal rules for the basketball were derived in 1892. Initially, players dribbled a scorer ball up and down a court of the unspecified dimensions. Points were earned by landing the ball in the pitch basket. Iron hoops and a hammock-style basket were introduced in 1893. Another decade passed, however, before the innovation of the open-ended nets put an end of the practice of the manually retrieving end the ball from the basket each time a goal was scored. The first shoe specifically designed for the game that converts all stars were introduced in 1917 and were soon made famous by legendary players. तो फ्रेंड्स, ये था हमारा आज का सेशन. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. अल्लाह हाफिज़.